Gather the intel on enemies. I don't think so there's anything here. I don't have to visit them.
I saw pictures of the vault. Astounding. And how much of it didn't you see? What if it's way bigger? What's all that space for?
With what it has to do, it could go
Or completely just a thought, of course. The remnant builders, whoever, whatever they were, accomplished something far beyond us. We established that it's artificial. Or they did some... We don't know why. That's still a mystery. Sounds good?
Hello, Gil. When a redesign?
I'm trained and it's working.
No. Fine.
Everything around here is so damn shiny.
The ship's brand new. Be nice to keep her that way a little longer.
Fewer gems, too.
Oops. Looks like our piejack friend got out of his cage. He'll be fine, won't he? The exercise will probably do him good.
Report from the Nexus. Population's growing as people wake up. Lots of hopefuls.
Bradley will have all the help he can.
Can't tell if they have enough water. I grew up on a little cargo freighter. I daydreamed about planting a big rose garden when we got here and still imagine it sometimes. Roses in Helios.
So there's a heart soft as rosebud.
I got plenty under here, pal. Does the big bad path.
I might. For certain someones.
Good to know. We've all... I didn't for a while. After I left the Asari...
Why?
The initiative would suit you better, was all she said. Being a huntress suited me fine, but she insisted.
It sounds like she cared more about what you needed than about what you...
I didn't need to be Still, that's familiar. When you're... The initiative seemed better. Then I met some jerk named Ryder. Talked about traveling to Andromeda like he was teaching you how to see it.
What part of that vision made you want to take the plunge?
A civilization where... Your father said, I get me. When I was 13, I could warp a steel girder. He made me wonder, what if someone had told me that's okay?
He gave you a dream to work toward.
Who doesn't want to belong? So I gave the initiative my... I thought I knew what I...
This is about...
Didn't think it would still sting. Nasira, your father, even my parents. They leave, I'm left without answers. Nowhere to stand.
I get that. We've all had a lot...
You're doing well. For having no... And if that remnant tech pays off, so we have a stowaway.
You mean PB?
She's decided to set up in one of these. You don't need a psychologist to tell you that one's got commitment issues.
I need to talk to you.
Of course.
When Dad died, he blocked up.
Or he thought you weren't.
Maybe. It unlocked from when the Alliance rejected his idea.
Why do you think your father chose this specific memory?
Who knows? Dad's always.
But he's sharing them with you now. That's something.
How long have you and him?
I remember when he didn't. We met at a medical convention on the city. His name card was crooked. But he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
How did you get in?
My mum was a I'd patch him up after.
Are they here?
No. Both died in a turf war. Made leaving the Milky Way behind easier. Specialist in A. Also, Harry insisted. Maybe he'll.
I'll let you get.
I'll be here if you need me.
Ryder, you meet Spender yet? Colonial. Spender lied to the Krogan during the uprising. He's up to something. I just can't prove it. We should pay him a visit on the Nexus.
What's it like to have Kesh as a granddaughter?
Kesh is my Rushan. Child of... Damn proud of her, too. She did good. Even with me for a granddad.
She's honest. Definitely.
She had to take after me in some ways, I guess.
Did Lexi brief you on Sam and...
Yeah. You want to hook that thing up to my comms, sure, but putting an AI in your head, giving it access to everything like that, it's begging for trouble.
Why do you say that?
I've seen what bots can... Been in some of those fights.
Yeah, I was...
No shit.
Almost. I'm not thrilled about it myself, but it...
Just make sure it can't unshackle itself. There'll be hell to pay if that happens.
I'd like to know more about you.
Fire away.
Tell me more about the Krogan.
My clan got a decent... I'm pretty fond of Corcrow roots myself. Takes a while to chew through those.
Got any...
Does a pyjak scratch its butt?
Anything about...
Well, common cat are pretty straightforward. Hit them hard enough, they die like anything else.
Why did the Krogan leave the next?
The next... Kesh is alone on that station now.
You think so?
Oh, more like she airlocked Spender. Or he tried... Can wouldn't listen to me when I told him Spender had a part of it.
So what's my part in it?
Things need to get sorted. Way I see it, you're probably the best one for that job.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Hey, one last...
Yeah?
Is everyone a kid to you?
Ha, when you get to be my age, yeah, pretty much.
Where's my data pad?
Messing with that vault feels like early brain surgery. Just poking and hoping.
As long as it helps us to live here.
You again. Want to hear more about my childhood log cabin?
What drew you to the Remnant?
Are you kidding? There's so much to dis- And the tech, it's on a different scale. If we can appropriate it, who knows what advances we'll make. Interesting bunch.
What about... Well, there's...
Oh, right, Cora. What's her deal? Is she as prim and proper as she comes across?
She's exactly what she should be. Capable.
Sure.
There's also Lexi, our doctor.
Oh, we'll get around to her. All in all, seems like a decent bunch.
You mentioned you...
Nothing gets by you. Just a friend. It's better to venture into the unknown without restraints or entanglements, don't you think?
A certain independence might be...
Exactly. I don't want anything holding me back.
What was it like?
Well, I wasn't supposed... So I kind of... After that, I didn't spend much time on the Nexus. I even missed most of the revolt.
What does someone have to do to...
Not much at all. But I get a little extra jolt when I'm... So just be yourself and the flirts will flow.
You really won't tell me what you're working?
That's right. Next question.
You're off the hook, BB.
Thanks.
Long time no chat. What's up?
How tough was it on the Nexus?
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
Hasn't everyone?
Well, then you're not wondering if you... But hey, maybe you...
What was your take on...
I didn't place any bets, if that's what you... Whatever so... We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each...
What's your social circle?
I'm good for it. My one truth. The more you and I get to know each other, the more you'll probably hear about her.
I hear we have you...
Vetra expands the guild legend. Plus, I convey calm and assurance.
Seems like we...
Well, veterans... PBs are... And Drax might... As far as your Hyperion peeps go... The doc's kinda nosy. Liam's good for a laugh or two. Cora... She's a bit by the book for me.
By the book keeps us alive.
Hey, variety...
What about Callow?
He's a pilot.
Which mean...
He flies the ship.
We're leaving it at that?
Does a Pathfinder know what to do with a dead end?
Good talking to you, Gil.
Padronos. We started Pathfinder. A new life. That is goddamn brilliant.
Just wondering what you think of how I'm doing it.
I'm committed to the initiative. You're Pathfinder. It's as simple as it gets.
We barely covered how you joined.
Alright. I wasn't looking to start over. I wanted to start big.
You were a cop then, Christ.
Didn't have the patience, but it got me into hustle. They mostly take vets and retired service. Best years of my life.
You found your place.
I knew it. And that led me here.
Tell me about your family.
I missed the hell out. Mom, Joelle. No brothers or sisters. It was traditional. How about you?
Traditional is a weird term for family.
I suppose you're right. I said goodbye to my mom and dad and got on a ship to Andromeda.
terraforming Atmo processors. We really had no idea what Helios was about, did we?
If we knew what it was all about, it would just be moving.
Point taken. I'm just saying. I really hope you have a plan, Ryder.
The plan's the same.
Keep that drive. Makes me believe. I mean, we have to make it. The alternative is not even worth thinking about.
Have anyone else here with...
No, just me and Sid. It's always been just...
No, I mean...
No, nothing like that. Who has time? What about you?
Anywhere's gonna feel empty if you don't have someone to share it.
A romantic? Oh. Then again, the entire idea of leaving everything you know for a chance at something... Anyway.
You talked about your back channels.
We brought a lot from home, so most things you just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
It can't be that simple.
Oh, but it is. Most things are simple once you know the trick to them.
You were on the next...
Some wanted to go home, some...
And you?
Some days I wondered if the ex... But why would the thing about If I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
How did you...
I thought it was the one. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home.
You probably...
You know where to find me.
Hello, Scott.
Thanks, Sam.
Need something?
I'll let you get back.
I'll be here if you need me. Ryder?
How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I... Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain by species.
How do you think the human crew members are handled?
There's a lot of them.
Gil?
Gil likes to use humor as... He'd rather bury himself in the Nomad than tackle emotions head-on.
Suvi okay?
Suvi's strong sense of faith keeps... I'm not spiritual, but there's a beauty in how her mind rationalizes religion and science.
How's Liam?
A handful. Every time I patch him up, Liam's "we can't lose" attitude is commendable. But I worry how he'll react when something does go wrong.
How's Cora doing?
She's processing. She expected to follow in his footsteps. Just because she trusts his judgment doesn't mean she's not confused. Or hurt. Ask away.
Tell me about Vetra.
I think that's why she's so resourceful, and that being said, I think she could use a little me time.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite the god. Tight-lipped about himself, though.
Is Drac good?
That old bastard's... I've never met anyone who can be so Could you look out for him, Ryder?
Don't worry, Lexi. I'll keep it...
Thank you. And maybe don't mention I asked?
Is PB all right?
She's avoiding me. Probably thinks I'll poke her...
To be fair, you're always giving...
Not in the hallway.
Thanks for the insight. I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
You always look hungry.
Check your helmet before you put it on. This scratch? He was sleeping in mine.